It is part 2 of our end of the year Super Bonanza Michigan State sports recap. Whatever, we will never have a name for this thing. But hey, just like yesterday's part 1, we have a member of the only podcast on to join us. This time it's John Kirby. It'll be a hoot and a half. Let's go.
Are Locked On Spartans, your daily podcast on the Michigan State Spartans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Spartan fans, Spartan family. How on earth are we doing here? Welcome to part 2 of the Super Bonanza Superlative End of the Year Extravaganza Award Show with me, your host, Matt Sheehan. That's not important. What is more important and more exciting, we got John Kirby in the mix here of the podcast. John, as the year is winding down, how on earth are we doing, man? Are we doing okay as 2023 taking a peek at us?
Year flew by. With some pretty mid Michigan State sports, but looking forward to ending this year. Let's start a new year. Let's get it going.
Amen.
So we need here.
There we go. And so for today's show, the superlatives, the awards we will be handing out. Heart pumping moment of the year. We did heart stopping moment of the year yesterday, but we got heart pumping moment of the year. We have WTF moment of the year. We have game of the year, uniform of the year. And then, this is what everyone's waiting for. Everyone in the Scandalaris Center, the Jack Parsons Center is watching for this reason. Spartan of the year. But before any of that, John, it's time for, we did reflection yesterday. We looked back on the 2022 season as fans. As we look ahead to 2023, though, it's all about resolutions. Do you have something that you're looking to get better at as a fan, as a Spartan, or just as a functioning member of society? Is there anything that you're looking forward to improving on with yourself for the upcoming year ahead?
I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like we both made a lot of growth. A lot of it was yesterday during National Signing Day, where we were super chill. We did
it.
There was a lot of action. There's a lot of people in, a lot of people out. And I just would like to commend us for being cool about all of it because they're teenagers. And so good for growth. Growth is important.
Yeah, it is great. And you know what? I think that there's another step of growth coming up, and this is going to be before the football season. This is a very football, specifically preseason-centric resolution that I'm going to try to have this year. I know there's maybe like a 30% chance of this working out, but like this is what I'm telling myself as we go into the year of our Lord, 2023, is that I want to be a little more tame with expectations for transfers. Because like last year or 2 years ago, I guess, Kenneth Walker was okay. He lit the world on fire. He was maybe the best player in college football. And now you're thinking transfers are sick. Right. Yeah, this is awesome. 6'3" Amir Speed from Georgia off the national title winning defense. Yeah, sure. He only played like 3 or 4 games at cornerback, but it's because he was injured. He had a bunch of circumstances. And I thought this guy would be a Thorpe Award winner going into the year, or Jarek Broussard. He won Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. He's going to go for at least 1,500 all-purpose yards this year. And that didn't necessarily work out. So here's where it gets hard though. Is Tumishe Adeleye. Okay. He comes in, former top 4 recruit, Keyshawn Blackstock. He's a pretty good player. So now I got to try to go into the football season being they will be plus players. They'll be good players, but without, wrapping myself into, this is going to be William Golston 2.0. This is going to be Jack Conklin all over.
Do you remember how happy, that Northwestern Michigan State first game, 2021?
Oh God.
We're thinking, let's make a bowl.
Oh God.
Let's make a bowl. And first play, touchdown, we all know what happens. And then everything was on the table at that point. But just getting back to the point where we've kind of come full circle. It's we're back to the expectations of who's this Kenneth Walker guy? He could be okay. We're there we're there again.
I like that. Coming low, and I try to do this with most things in life that aren't Michigan State. Even sometimes I'll try to do it with Michigan State, but come into something low, think the worst. So if it happens, you're pleasantly surprised, and I'm going to try to do that with the transfers specifically here. Beyond that, I don't have any other resolutions. I know I'm going to be the same person, just a complete manic, depressive fan any given night. The highs will get very high. The lows will get incredibly low. So I just know that about myself now as, I'm taking my 31st year around the sun this year. So if I ain't changed yet, please.
It's the way it is.
Yeah. So
it's okay. Embrace it. Love yourself. I think that's also important.
God, what a note to end on there. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. John, are we ready for the first award for the 2022 Bonanza Extravaganza Superlative Woohoo Award Show of the Year? Let's go Heart Pumping Moment. Yesterday, we took a different spin on this with Austin Smith. We did Heart Stopping Moment. And I think that yesterday I said the Heart Stopping Moment was, well, when my phone blew up a good hour after the Michigan game, when I put my phone away and I realized, like, it wasn't just we lost a game. Something happened in a tunnel.
Yes.
Oopsie poopsie. It'd be like that sometimes. But hey, we're going to do an exciting trip here. Heart Pumping Moment of the Year. I got some written down in front of me. Do you have any that you want to trot out for Heart Pumping Moment of the Year, Mr. John Kirby?
All right. I don't know if this is allowed because it was like last basketball season.
Yeah.
For me, it was the NCAA tournament reveal.
Okay.
Where
God, that's great.
We were in.
Yeah.
But it was like, who are we going to get? We want a nice matchup. We're not going to get Davidson. There's no way we're going to get Davidson. That would be ridiculous. And then, boom, Davidson. And every Michigan State fan was like, well, Foster Loyer is going to drop 40.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the heart for me. I remember watching that and seeing that come on the screen and just being like, and also the funniest part was like the announcers, why would they like think twice about that matchup? Because they don't know about that, at all. And they're just like,
sure,
that should be a good game. And I was like, you don't even know. You do.
This means everything.
Yeah. So that for me was my heart pumping moment, I think.
That's an outstanding one. We mentioned that yesterday too with Austin because just like you said, all I had were flashes of just Foster Loyer going 8 of 11,
sure,
a cool 39 points, just beating us 71-69 or something like that. So that is a fantastic one to start on. Like, look, obviously a lot of mine are going to come from like actual games themselves. And I love that you came in with one that like didn't even take place technically on the court or on the field. And I think like my winner is going to be very close to what you said, but look, obviously there was the Duke game last year when you go up, was it 2 points with 4 minutes left or whatever it was. I tried to block it out,
but who's counting?
See, clearly I have done a good job of blocking that from my memory, but not a good enough job of trying to not get stressed talking about it, because for a minute there it looked real, right? It was
there. It was for the taking.
We're gonna put a bullet in Coach K. Oh my God, we're gonna do it, and then
I'll just share.
Yeah, please.
I didn't realize I had a migraine until after the game ended.
Okay.
I was like, oh, my head hurts so badly right now. Like, why is that? Oh, it was my jaw was clenched for the last 2 straight hours, just clenching through the whole thing. And then I was like, my wife's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'll never be okay. But
I'm not. No doubt about that. Also, too, hey, this is from this year. I'm just going to borrow something from this year. And this isn't even like a high-profile game. How about the Portland game, though? Michigan State, not 9 points with a minute to go. All right, everyone get back in the bus. Fun little tournament there. The PK85 was great. We went 2-1, and then all of a sudden, 1 point game, and Portland has the ball for the win at the very end here. Because look, I mean, Michigan State's tournament chances are like probably fine right now, but you lose that game a few weeks ago. Oh my goodness gracious!
To be
John,
fair,
I don't know.
The world-renowned 40 minutes and 94 feet of hell Portland Pilots defense.
Yep.
Like the full court pressure from these guys has you shook. We have
not good.
That one was
not good.
Tough. All the way around tough.
And I think my winner, though, has to be, it just has to be that Davidson game. And I actually watched the replay of it earlier today because I just want to make sure I remembered everything correctly here. Like, MSU was down with like 8-ish to go, and then they came back to a nice little 10-0 run, and then they're up 2 possessions. It's like, hey, all right, bring on Duke. Let's go. Let's have a 2-point lead with 3 seconds to go, and then Tyson Walker shooting a free throw, and this thing hit the rim 5 times, the backboard twice, and maybe even grazed the shot clock. And then it fell in to go up 3 points, and then he makes the other free throw to go up 4 and end the game. But like, just like the Portland game,
and then they hit a 3.
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Oh, they couldn't miss in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, they were.
But then they hit a 3 to win. We win by 1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it was like the purest swoosh of all time. Oh yeah, it's the cleanest a 3-pointer has ever gone through the net. It was amazing. It used to be Cash's half-court shot against Maryland.
From Maryland.
And the Davidson 3-pointer at the end of the game last year, but luckily,
unreal.
The free throws fell. But like, yeah, it was just like the Portland game, except way higher stakes. So I gotta go with that as my winner, I think. So both of us, Davidson adjacent winners. Look at that. There we go. That's one category down. We got 4 to go. But John, I'm so sorry. I got to say goodbye to you for a hot second because I got to talk to people's ear off about BetOnline.net. Woo! Yes, that's right, gang. We still got bowl season in the mix. We got NBA, we got hockey, we got esports. We got it all. And make sure you take care of it all at betonline.net, your sports betting experts. They're your number one source for all your sports betting info, stats, news, and analysis. Get the latest odds, trends, and action for every professional and amateur league out there, from pro football, college bowl season, basketball, hockey. Hey, we got golf season ramping back up again, and it's all happening at betonline.net. And hey, if you love sports podcasts, well, hey, I got good news for you. Not only can you go listen to the only podcast with John Kirby and Austin Smith, but you can find even more podcasts at BetOnline as well. We are always the fastest and easiest way to get in on all of your sports betting action. What are you waiting for, gang? Head to the website today. Use a mobile device. Learn more about the trends and action that is at BetOnline, where the game starts. And let's start the second segment here with John Kirby of the Only Podcast, just one of my great friends of the program as well. Let's start this off with WTF Moment of the Year, Mr. Kirby. Unfortunately, a lot of good options for this one after this year, between the football team doing what they did and the basketball team just kind of doing what they did, I guess. So, I've got a smattering here in front of me, unless you have something you want to walk out with first. You are the guest.
You go first.
So.
You go first.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay.
Please.
How the turntables. Okay. One WTF moment that happened off the court, just Max Christie actually doing it, actually declaring for the draft, not just going through the combine, just, to get a evaluation, know what to work on. No, he's actually going to stay in.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, of course. After such a sterling season, there's never been a player under Tom Izzo that has grown from year 1 to year 2 and saw his draft stock rise. That just doesn't happen here. Okay, so
that one's tough because it's like thinking about him being on the team this year is something I hadn't considered until this moment. And man, they could be okay. But now he's crushing it for the South Bay Lakers, I think.
Turn it up,
the
baby.
G League
Let's
team.
Go. That's what I'm talking about. Or playing for the Lakers as they vie for an 11 seed in the NBA playoffs, which I'm sure is a thing. So that's number one. That was a okay right there. The 14-second handoff on 4th and 1 inside the Michigan 10-yard line, I would classify as a WTF moment. Also, too, what didn't help is the post-game press conference. I think it happened a few days after the game, actually, when Peyton Thorne said, we had the option to sneak, but the handoff looked better. So that was just a WTF times by WTF moment right there. So that was just great. How about literally anything that happened in the Indiana game? No further explanation needed. Also, too, before I get to my winner, I do have one more nominee. It's Jaden Reed sliding into the bench and cutting his back early in the season. Looking back now, where we are right now, end of December, we're looking back at a season where, obviously 5-7 missed a bowl game. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of unfortunate luck. That was a moment where we should have been like, oh, Michigan State practiced this entire offseason on like a native burial ground that's cursed or something like that, because that's not an injury that just happens, John. That was a very foreshadowing incident.
All right, let's add to that. How about an entire offseason of talking about our brand new strength conditioning and nutrition program, and then in the first 3 games, how many people got hurt?
Oh, everyone's dead.
Is that bad luck, or what is happening? That's WTF.
That's a great point. That is a great point. And I don't think the sleep bank has ever kicked in for the Washington.
Sleep banking. Try it out.
Ever kicked in.
Here's one.
Okay, please.
Speaking of sleep banking, I tried it for the PK Invitational Oregon game that went till 3 a.m.
Yes,
that was a WTF in a good way,
right.
because only the most insane of us decided, yes, I will stay up to watch a total of 13 scholarship players play a basketball game against each other.
What a visit for the world.
What all the things I could be doing right now? Sleep being chief among them. Nah.
Yes.
They were all 13 of us online at the same time, criticizing the lineups. Just gold. That was just fun.
That's a great one. Oregon's got like 2 frat kids on the court because everyone else is dead or has fouled out. We're watching Jason Whitens pump out 8 first half minutes, and it's like, yeah, good. This is a strong lineup.
Davis Smith's running the point in the first half, and it's not a joke. We're like,
at 1:12 in the morning Eastern time. It's like, yeah.
His parents,
actually.
Like, his parents are not watching the game. Like, that's how it is. They're like, we'll catch the score in the morning.
Oh my God. That, you know what? That could be the winner just from like the circumstances of the game. Yes. 13 total scholarship players and just the time of it too. Yeah. Like, oh man, God, that is a tough one to beat. That's a really tough one to beat. I love that.
Do you have any more?
I have one, and like this harkens to last basketball season, and this might be okay. Well, now it's second place because I think what you just said might be the winner here. How about just like the Maryland game when MSU was up 85 points, and then all of a sudden, in reality, they were up 20 points, and then possession by possession, it's getting lower and lower, and Tom Izzo is rolling over his timeouts to the NCAA tournament, has no intention of calling a timeout, and then just sweating that game out. And then like I left the game being like, I get Tom Izzo loves to make a statement. He loves nothing more than to teach lessons. How about the regular season? Not like in a Big Ten tournament where it's
you need to win these games.
I need to win these games too. And like Michigan State was probably in the tournament regardless of what happened, but like not when it was kind of, hey, you might be in the first 4 if you lose this thing. Like, I don't know. So I left the game being like, is he okay? Like, is he fine? Because
he wanted the season over with just as badly as all of us.
And then, of course, in Michigan State, Tom Izzo coach fashion, they come out the next day, pipe Wisconsin, just looked elite against them. So it's of course. So that was gonna be my winner until you just refresh my memory about how ridiculous Oregon was. Yeah. One
more. To me, the NF Tuck.
Oh my God, that's the winner. That's the winner. God, you're coming with bangers here. Jesus.
As we enter the crypto winter, I don't know how much an NF Tuck is worth, but if you want to buy low, now would be.
It's gettable, I think. If you want to, get a late stocking stuffer for the loved ones in your life, or get a Mel Tucker shoe NF Tuck.
Just write it on a piece of paper. You're just like NF Tuck.
Oh my God, NF Tuck. Wow. Yeah, you came with the gold medal and silver medal winners here. That's wow. You talk about just quality shots. You went 2 for 2 there. I mean, that's
go.
An incredible moment. This next one will be a short category, I think, in my opinion. It's gonna be uniform of the year, and I hate to keep going down this road and being somewhat of a Debbie Downer, but the helmets they wore with the Sparty carrying the flag,
it's great.
We're fire. But did they wore those against Indiana? Did they not? Was that?
I don't know.
I think they did, which is just great research on my part.
You got to throw them out.
I can't have them as the winner just for that reason alone. I can't do it. So I just got to go to the all black basketball jerseys because I think they're sweet. So
probably fair. Yeah. Loved the big gruff Sparty on the white helmets. Those are always nice. I'm making one up right now.
Please. Yeah. Okay. I like this. Workshop it. Let's go.
The next time Michigan State makes the Rose Bowl, which would be a playoff game. Just want to remind everybody.
That's true.
I want state script on the helmet with a rose in the cursive. Okay. Can we work on that? I need somebody with some skill.
Someone. It's not either of us.
Certainly not.
Wow. I love
graphic design is not my passion. So.
Bad graphic design is my passion, though.
Yes,
so that's I roll out of bed for hack job, do it all on PowerPoint.
The worse the better for me.
Wow, because I always thought like a Gruff Sparty clamping a rose in his mouth would be sick.
That would be
Like,
even great too.
I like the intertwine is like that. That's a nice. Why not one on each side? Why not just do that? I mean,
why not both? We're making things up. We don't have to limit ourselves here.
Do you know what? And I'm going to take it one step further, actually. Why wait until the Rose Bowl to do it? Let's do it week 1 next year against Central, being like, this is what our goals are for the season. We're going to wear our goals on our helmet. Surely that won't catch any flack or become a meme immediately.
As the goals adjust through the year, and then you have like the helmet has like it changes to like the Quick Lane Bowl logo. Like
Gruff Sparty like doing his taxes for the Tax Slayer Bowl. Like he's just pounding away on a keyboard. He's got paperwork all over him.
Sparty pushing the bad boy lawnmower.
Yep, just Gruff Sparty strumming a guitar for the Music City Bowl. It's great. I love it. Him scratching his head in a Home Depot aisle for like the Home Depot Surf Pro Bowl or whatever the hell it's called. So it's gonna be great next year. I can't wait.
Man, I wish I was good at graphic design. I'd be pumping these out right now.
Oh, I'd have no time for like my family or my job or anything because I would just be addicted to making Photoshop. So ridiculous Gruff Sparty iterations. Man, this is great. I'm sure Mel Tucker's listening. I'm sure the whole equipment staff is listening. So they're probably in the lab right now. They've canceled all their New Year's Eve plans. And yeah, it's 100%. So Kirby, speaking of New Year's Eve, really quick before we get to our last 2 categories of the evening here. It's New Year's Eve, and we want everyone to be safe out there. Folks, you know the drill. Drive high, get a DUI. That is the message that we are here to share with you. And also, hey, drive sober or get pulled over as well. Maybe if I looked at the ad read before I started talking, this would make a lot more sense. You're hanging out with some friends and putting a few drinks back. A few becomes a few too many. And then as the evening comes to an end and people start to head out, you think of calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. You can make it home okay. It's no big deal. And besides, what are the odds you're going to get pulled over anyway? And even so, what's the worst that could happen? Your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you lose your job, you total your car, or you kill someone. Everyone knows about the risk of drunk driving. The results are tragic and very often deadly. However, that still doesn't stop everyone from getting behind the wheel while under the influence, and that's why police officers are out there right now looking for impaired drivers on our roads to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, please think again. Play it safe and plan ahead to get a ride. It only takes one mistake to change your life or the life of someone else's. Drive sober or get pulled over. And let's welcome the one, the only, John Kirby of the Only Podcast back. This is 2 big categories. People are probably sweating in their homes right now as they are awaiting the winner of Game of the Year and Spartan of the Year. Mr. Kirby, we will start with Game of the Year. Do you have one that pops to mind? Do you have a few that pop to mind?
I do. Okay. Yeah. Maybe some forgotten ones. I was kind of going back in the archive.
I like that. Okay.
MSU took down a top 10 Purdue team at home.
They did.
And Zach Edey had like 25, but it was fine. It was the old Isaac Haas defense.
Yep.
We were like, let him go.
Let him get his.
He's going to score. I mean, he's a giant, and everyone else just kind of chipped in around him. And that win was the one that punched the ticket into the tournament for sure. And just a classic Izzo out coaching Painter moment. And just can't get enough of those. Those are beautiful. Got to appreciate them.
100%. I do love that strategy too when like they're playing a big guy, or like I think they did it too against Duke in 2019 with Zion. It's like, hey, he's going to get 27. He's probably going to shoot 75% from the field, but when that 25% miss rate comes along, that's when we smell the blood in the water. That's when we smell the blood in the water. That's when we pounce. So like it's great. I love it. And we're just going to put the clamps on everyone around the perimeter, and it seemed to work out great. Yeah, I feel like that's going away. Like my winner. I understand like the Davidson basketball game was great, but
good game.
I also don't want to paint ourselves in a corner here where like we're over celebrating just like a round 1 victory against a mid-major. So like I can't say it out loud that that's a game of the year. Yeah. Right? I don't know. Like that just doesn't sit well with my soul. Hey, I got to say though, the Michigan basketball game, I'm talking about the one that happened in January.
Sure.
If I need to clear that up with anyone, where Keon Coleman just dribbled the clock out. That is always a hoot and a half. That was a great time. The Illinois football game was fun. It was a lot more fun when we thought that, hey, all right, we're back on a good trajectory here. Womp womp. And same with the Wisconsin football game in double overtime. But again, like, I just have a hard time handing out awards for anything football related. But you know what, Kirby? There was a game this year that happened that might give the Purdue basketball game some competition. And it was that Kentucky game in double overtime.
Ooh,
right?
That was nice.
It's neck and neck. And I don't know, like, if this is going to be a game that pushes Michigan State into the tournament this upcoming year. There's still a lot to be shuffled out with MSU's turning shot here. But, like, that Purdue game's got to be it, right? It has to be.
You know, that Kentucky game was awesome because we'd seen Michigan State. We saw them lose that game to Gonzaga a week prior. Not even.
Yep.
And then they just got tougher in 1 week, you know, and they out-toughed Kentucky, which had a lot of Kentucky fans calling for Coach Cal's head after two amazing inbound passes.
Yes.
Or plays, rather.
Yep.
I mean, the two different ones where Calipari was left, you know, gobstruck. I don't know if that's a word, but just really thrown off. And we hadn't seen Tom pull out the old baseline out of bounds plays too often. So that was a surprise. So shout out John Borovich, the new coach on the staff who spun those up.
He was in the lab for sure.
He was.
No doubt about that. Yeah, you just won a great hotly contested game when the message boards for the other team are lighting up big time. And anytime Calipari's contract is brought up after a Kentucky game, you know great things happened in Lexington or at the Champions Classic in this case. It's great.
I love it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Mr. Kirby, we are going to end this here podcast. This isn't it for the whole year. Tomorrow is going to be the show of the year as we are going to preview Michigan State versus Buffalo men's basketball.
That's right.
That one's going to do numbers.
That might be the game of the year.
That's what the people are saying, actually. I've heard that many a time. So that's good that we're on the same page there. But before that, we got to get you out the door with Spartan of the Year. And I think this is the third time we've been doing a show like this, the end of the year recaps. And this is going to be the toughest of the three because last year it was Kenneth Walker. That was very easy. I think the year before that, again, just sterling research on my part. I think the year before that we did Aaron Henry because y'all but dragged Michigan State to the tournament. Right. So what on earth are we going to do now, though, Kirby? Like, who's our Spartan of the year? Like, do we go with a coach? Do we go with, like, Brandon Jordan, who just brought along a great haul for the defensive line on the recruiting trail? Do we do Joey Hauser, who's been having a fantastic season this year so far and also got us that win against Davidson last year? Is it just AJ Hogard for being him? Is it just Tom Izzo because he's Tom Izzo? Like, or is it, do we give it to the mascot Sparty? That's how you know a year has gone really bad if you give it to the mascot. So I don't think we can't do that. We can't do that.
I have one nomination, only one. All I could think.
Hold on. I think I know who you're talking about.
Mr. Bryce Behringer, punter.
Oh,
punter of the year. Oh. Robbed of national punter of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
People are talking that he's the next great NFL punter. That's where we're at. Big Ten country for me.
It is Big Ten as hell. And I don't hate that. I had a name just come across my mind, and it's a very topical name right now. Is it Matt Ishbia? Is it
great call?
Is it Matt? Could it be? I mean, I know this extension happened not in 2022, but in 2021. So but then again, he just bought, the Phoenix Mercury, which also came with the Phoenix Suns, as all the headlines have it read. So is it just Rich Spartan? Is Rich Spartans our Spartan of the year? Like, is it?
I think, yeah. Okay. Owning as many NBA teams as possible is the goal here.
I like that. Oh man. Bryce Behringer? I don't hate Bryce Behringer. That's a good one.
Rex Specs really put it over the top for me. And the one-handed catch when the bad snap. A lot of bad snapping going on. There's been some trouble with the snap on that end. So
trouble was had with many snaps. You know what? I'm going to go Joey Hauser just because I also feel bad about how I talked about him last season before.
I think he's totally redeemed.
He's back. He is who we thought he was going to be out of Marquette. It just took quite the roadmap to get here.
He might carry this team to the tournament this year. So he might be the player, the man of the year 2 years in a row. We will see.
Let's go. There we go. And you know what? So we're going to split this up into 4 ways. We're going to do Rich Spartans, Spartan of the Year, Bryce Behringer, Joey Hauser, and then also anyone that's sick enough to listen to this here podcast, whether this is your first episode, whether you've listened every single episode this year, which, oh my God, that's insane. Hey, thank you guys so much. And also, too, for all of our awesome guest co-hosts like you, John Kirby. You guys are simply the best. Hey, John, I hope you have a great New Year.
Hey.
Do you have any great New Year's plans coming up?
Well, this was it. This is all I had planned.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. You know what? After thinking about it, I think, Matt, you are the Spartan of the year.
That's a lie.
I'm nominating you. I hope that people vote you.
Paid him to say that. I Venmoed him $100 to say that beforehand. So thank you very much.
But yes, in
Great. Awesome. Cannot wait to change that into a $3.17 gift card to Taco Bell. That's going to be fantastic. All right. Well, on that note, hey, everyone, please be safe this New Year's Eve. Let's try to mix in at least one water and let's roar into 2023. But again, we will be back tomorrow. Buffalo versus Michigan State. My brother will also be on. We're going to do a trivia show, and then we're going to play a game, a real bowl game that Michigan State has played in, or fake bowl game Michigan State has played in. It's going to be, it's going to be a hoot and a half. It's going to be a hoot and a half. Drinks will probably be had. Who's to say? Not me. Act like I never said that. I'll edit that out. All right. See you guys later. Love you all. Go Green.